who would like to give us a recap of our previous session?
I can do it if no one else wants to. I do like to give other people the opportunity because I do the majority of them.
You are also down, so maybe you need it more than,
Well, like I said, I do them more than other people do.
So
I
what you're
also
saying
have
is you're
more.
fully loaded with DM inspiration?
I've got 2 out of 3, but I'll do it if no one else wants to.
Go for it.
All right. We at the end of our last session, was the last session where we met Avalas? Were we at the? Did we start the last session at the Wolves?
Yes, we did.
Okay. We talked our way out of the Wolves. We made a deal. We were on our way back to Lonely Wood from dealing with the druids and the moose. We met some wolves. We parlayed with them, got out of being eaten. Learned a little bit of information. Met Avalas, the winter druid, who, interesting fact about Avalas, likes to steal chairs.
Appropriate. He appropriates.
We spent some time at some inns. There were some taverns. We talked to the sheriff who had come to collect the killer. We accepted a quest basically to help the sheriff put Torga away, because he was like, we've got enough honor. We just need the manpower. And we said, okay. So we were sort of in a little bit of a race to get down to Dugan's Hole before Torga. We should be able to get there well before. It'll take them 3 days. It'll take us 2 days. So we should get there the night before they arrive. There was some discussing of Watto. There was some discussing of religion. Who's god, like who's god's dating who, that sort of thing. We traveled past Targos, past Tourmaline, and had made it almost all the way to Bryn Shander when we were came across a group of Rimaraz. They started eating us, and 4 of us technically got eaten. We did break out of their stomachs. It's been a tough fight. Let's see, have I forgotten anything else? Thinking.
Loading, buffering.
Yeah, Gaiman tried a bunch of different alcohols.
Mm-hmm.
We postponed.
No. I only tried one new alcohol, and then I switched to ale because I was going blind.
Akia did some crafting, which was immediately used the next day. Some supplies are getting thin. Let's see. We've already got Barry on the team. Team members have been the same. I believe Dale was officially equipped to the B team.
Don't you mean the evil bush named Red?
Yeah, it's harder to remember.
I mean, it's not that hard.
Anyway.
It's an evil bush.
But Raylan and Dale officially became B team members, and I think that's all I've got.
That was very perfect and succinct. So, please take a point of DM inspiration. Now, I should give out, because I received 3, counting 3, notes from 1, Mr., or should I just say Akia 13, from White Lotus, and from Alicia. So you all have earned 1 lucky point. So you may want to create a resource for your 1 lucky point. why I asked you to do this. Number one, I wanted to see if you guys had the same important NPCs, locales, plot points, those type of things that I wanted to impress upon you all. For the most part, that has happened, so that was good. Number two, I wanted to create a way to reward you guys, which was seeing this and then giving you a lucky point, so that was good. And then reviewing your guys' notes showed me things that I can do to improve as a DM. So hopefully that answered your guys' questions on why is Caleb doing the things he's doing. Also, Caleb's maybe just a little crazy. Just a little crazy. Alrighty. We have a factspiration question this evening. What is your family heirloom? Let us begin with Gaiman. Gaiman, tell us, what is your family heirloom?
I don't know if you can look this answer DM, but it's the truth. Gaiman does not have a family heirloom. When his village, his herd, was attacked and everyone was killed, he got out, literally just took the clothes on his back, and fled south. He had nothing of any sentimental value with him when he got out.
Well, I feel bad for Gaiman at this moment, and now, hopefully, we can get him that more than just his clothes on his back. Something back for him during the campaign. But thank you. You have earned factspiration. Oh my gosh, Gaiman has 2 stacks of things on him. But let us continue to Avalas. Avalas, what is your family heirloom?
Well, good news. I finally have an answer for you, unlike last one. So, Avalis, his family heirloom is actually his most prized possession, and it is the only book he's ever had, which he's brought out once before. It is very worn and tattered. It is a book of Eladrin fables, and with a hand drawn painted illustrations in there. It's how he heard about Sylvanas. It's how he taught himself common, and taught himself to. That's why he speaks the way he does, haltingly and a little awkward, because he doesn't really encounter many people outside of Dugan's Hole, and that's only been the last 3 years. So, yeah, it's very, very important to him. It's the only reminder he has of his heritage and his family, who he barely remembers for reasons.
I will be interested to hear more of the fables from Avalas, and perhaps those will come up in the adventure somehow, some way.
Love it.
Let us continue to Alicia. Alicia, do you have a family heirloom?
Unfortunately, Alicia does not have a family heirloom. They grew up as an orphan, and then was taken in by the church in Baldur's Gate. But they did not have any specific items with them when they were brought into the church. So, there's definitely been items that they have picked up since then, but nothing that has tied them to their past familial life, unfortunately. Though I don't know if I don't know if they really want to go back and look for their ties. I think they're just kind of leaving that part in the past where it kind of belongs at this point.
A great bard once said, "The past is in the past, let it go." Is this becoming a theme for this adventure?
Always look forward to a new dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Praise the Father.
Praise the
Hakuna
Father.
Matata, leave your behind in the past.
Mm-hmm. Faxpiration earned by Alicia. Lotus, tell us, what is your family heirloom?
Thinking a little outside the box for this one, but I would say for Lotus, it would be her smoking habit. It was something that both of her parents had done before she was born. Of course, they gave it up while her mom was pregnant, and then after her dad had left, her mom had picked it up again, but her mom, being sort of a do as I say, not as I do kind of thing, told her not to do it. And when she became a teenager, is like, well, of course she started doing it anyway. And then started saying, like, you're just like your father. It just made her just want to do it even more. And she just never gave it up.
And that's how Big Tobacco just keeps rolling along. No, I'm just kidding here. So we've got a fact inspiration for Lotus, her smoking habit. Last but not least, Akia 13, tell us, what is your family heirloom?
All right. Sort of making up for the people saying that they don't have one, Akia actually has two. One from each mother that he considers. When Akia was no longer in their family, when they left, the only thing of actual value that they took with them was the last book that they were reading, which is WebMD, which we have encountered a couple times. So that's their first family heirloom from their first family. The one thing of value that they took with them when they left home. From their other family, or what they consider to be their family, and it in a sort of messed up sort of way. They've been told that they're a child of Auril, and one day they found a figurine of a polar bear, and it is made of ice that never melts, and they believe that that was a gift from Auril, meant for them as like a happy birthday son sort of thing. So he considers that a family heirloom.
Interesting. So some people have none. You got two. I love it. Akia, you've earned Faxpiration. You just might need it on this session. Alrighty. Well, without any further ado, let me take us to the map. Before we start, is there any questions, comments, concerns that anyone had?
You mean other than the obvious concern for our own character's well-being?
Yes, like, do we need to have backup characters ready to go?
You should always
Essentially.
I already got
I
that
actually
covered.
didn't for gaming, because I was like, I'm all in on this dude. I like him.
Same here.
Guys, you're fine. You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
never
only
make
one-
backup characters.
There's only one of these things left.
And it is bloodied, right?
Yeah, it's bloodied. And one of you guys could take over playing as the Bush.
Ultimate character.
I will. I accept your offer only if I can play the bush basically as Towery.
As Towley?
Yes.
Oh, of course. You always need a towel. All right, everyone, let's look here in
Don't
round.
forget your bush.
Man, I feel like you could make a series of Razor commercials for that. It looks like here that we only had one person left to go, and that was Markham. Is that what we all remember as the correct turn order?
I just remember passing out.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last thing to happen was Avalus bit
Yeah,
the Rimeraz?
bit him. Yeah.
Okay.
Took
so
some
it's,
damage, but
so it's the sheriff's turn. Okay. Well, then let us begin. So the sheriff is going to get past you. He looks at Akia laying on the ground. He's going to take a step to here. He's going to target Akia. He's like, "You're not dying on me today. No, you're not." And he stabilizes you, Akia.
Thanks, buddy.
He saw what happened the last time he tried to attack the Remorhas with his sword, and it was a bad idea. Now that he has you stabilized, it will pass into round 7, and he will look out to who's still up and standing, and he's going to pass to the Lotus. He's like, "Lotus, you're the Thane of Brand Shander. You gotta bring this thing to its doom."
All right. Lotus, was looking around frantically at everything that was going on, and hearing him say this, she's like, okay. Just remember what Diamante said. Just think your walkout music, and everything will just fall into place. And then she'll take up her pitcher's stance. Target. And I will go ahead and spend my remaining first level spell slot. Go ahead and curveball some magic missiles. Alright.
Ooh, yeah, that is a pretty good magic missile. So you're going to deal 4, and then 5, and then 3.
And then she'll call out to the others, hoping that this thing doesn't understand common, but to say like that it's like that's all my arcane. That's all my arcane. I just got cantrips now. Let's see here. And let's see here. I will thinking. I think I will just go ahead and just hang here for now. And I guess since I damaged it, that would give it the opportunity to steal.
It's out. The helpful Remorhas Immortal Inferno Scale will activate. It's going to see if it gets its tunneling strike back. It does not. It roars. There is a Gaiman and there is a poisonous snake in front of it. So it is going to split this up here using its multi-attack. This first one is going to go towards Gaiman. Here is a claw.
As it goes to attack, it does have the thunderous reverb from my punch.
What
So
does that thunderous
disadvantage.
reverb do?
It has disadvantage attacking anything but me.
And hopefully you can see that with disadvantage. One dice was a 13, the other was an 18. So that would
yes,
make it
we
a
can.
20. So that is 8 slashing, 4 fire on Gaiman. And then it is going to target the giant snake with a bite.
that hits because the snake's only 14. And that will change me into human and also down me. So we can delete the snake and drag me down here, and I'm unconscious.
It's still got disadvantage. It's the entire turn.
Oh, sorry. Let me roll that dice again.
Never mind.
And I rolled it, but it didn't roll for me. Do you guys see what it turned into?
I saw nat one.
I saw
but it's
nat
not-
one.
It didn't
Yeah.
update.
I don't see anything.
It didn't update on the actual chat.
Yeah, it didn't show up in my chat, but I
But
saw the die.
Yeah.
We all saw one, I'm just saying.
I did not see any die. I just heard a bunch of people like with sharp intakes of breaths.
Well, I will believe you all. The creature misses. It regains its paragon action. It roars. And then it will burrow as it goes down into the ground. It goes into the ground 10 feet. And then it will move underground. To here. And Gaiman could steal.
Yeah, but it fucked off. I don't have anything to track the fucker. Hold on, let me look at my inventory, make sure I'm not overlooking something. Well, I'm more or less where I was, so... DM, if I may, I'm gonna put away... shit. I'm gonna lose my rage, because I can't attack anything. I'm gonna put away Lucille and then pick up the bow I dropped earlier, if I could.
Or
And then I'm gonna hold an action to shoot the fucking worm when it pops up. And then I'm gonna pass to Alicia.
excellent. Okay, ready to action for, and you're no longer restrained. Alicia.
Fucker just had to go underneath the ground. Alright, well, at least we'll high step it. Past these two, over this way. Keep gaming within 30 feet of them. They're gonna hit Gaiman with a channel.
Don't hit me, I'm an ally!
It's gonna hit him with a spark and it's gonna heal his ass. For 8 hit points, this is for healing. And then it's just going to kind of ready themselves for when this thing decides to emerge. We'll pass it to Avalis.
Okay. Can't do much. Avalis is going to move 10 feet and climb up into this tree, if you'll allow it.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's going to be all my movement to get 10 feet up, because I assume I don't have the climbing speed as a snake, so that's double movement. And then I'll hold a bite action if anything gets within, obviously, 5 feet of me. So if that thing pops up near me, I want to bite it.
Excellent. Perfect. And who would you like to pass to? You have Akia or Sheriff Markham?
Oh, we'll go with Kia, unless he'd rather Markham go.
I'll take a nice nap and pass to Markham.
All right. The creature, as you are passing to Markham, we'll just mark him so that he is going next. We'll spend a Paragon power to act. The creature is going to pop out of the ground. So as it pops out of the ground, any readied actions could go off that could trigger. the creature is simply going to spew a fiery spew. Oof.
Nope. I'm gonna spend my Facspiration. It's a D6, right?
Correct.
Come on, no whammies.
Ooh, and that's
13?
a 13. A 13 hits the Remorhas for 14 piercing damage.
Damn.
That was a nice damage roll.
That was a very nice damage roll. So it comes up and it's going to spew onto Alicia. So here comes the fiery spew at Alicia. So it's a dex save to avoid a firing ball.
Avoided. 19.
You avoid the fiery ball and you only take half damage. So that's only 2 bludgeoning as you get hit with a piece of molten rock.
Alright, concentration check. There goes Bless. Actually, you know what? I want to keep it. I'm going to spend my Facspiration, so I just need 1, honestly. Which I get.
What'd you get?
Great. Bless stays.
But you still have Bless, okay? And Sheriff Markham, he really can't do a whole lot here. So he is just going to lift up his crossbow. And he is just going to fire his crossbow at the creature. Oof, and it flies high over his head as he screams, "Damn!" And then he passes to Akia. Akia, you're stabilized, so...
Yeah, it had already been passed to me.
Oh. So, Akia, who do you want to pass to here in going into round 8?
I was passed to the last person who hasn't gone, so White Lotus will be next.
All right. Lotus figures the one of you all can probably do better damage than she can, being that she doesn't have any more spell slots, and Firebolts wouldn't do anything. So, all right. Basically, my above board, my plan is to basically just get up to Akia, and then then eventually grab a good berry off of Red and just feed it to get them back up. That's my plan. So, figuring one of y'all has the better DPS than I do at the moment. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take movement here, and then dash. Get you here. Let me just double check real quick. No, it's an action, so I'm just like here. So that's going to be all for me. Who wants it?
Gaming, you have any more rages left?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead. I'm going to pass the game in.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm gonna drop the bow, get out Lucille again, and he's going to stare down the Rimmeraz and say, "Why won't he just fucking die?" And he's going to rage again. And he's gonna grow back up to his previous size, and brandishing Lucille, he is gonna get a running start and leap off of the fence. And he's gonna recklessly attack the Rimmeraz.
Excellent.
For 9.
A 13's a hit for 9 slashing. And because you have hit the creature, you unfortunately have to deal with its hot bod.
That's okay. I could do this all day.
Did that add in his rage damage? I think it did.
+3. Nope, it did not. So that should be another 2. Oh, yeah. I need to give Gaiman. Gaiman, I have to give you the fixed rage.
Oh,
It's like rage, but it's fixed.
right. Yeah. Sorry about that. I just went with what was in the thing, in the list
No,
of status effects.
No, you're absolutely fine. Okay, so Gaiman hit the Remor has for a bunch of damage. The Remor has rears back, and it is going to steal to act again.
Come on, fuck ugly, eat me again!
Okay, the Remor has will roar, and it will activate its multi-attack. It will begin first with a claw. That is a 25 for very low damage roll. 3 slashing, 1 fire on
So
Gaiman.
that's like 2 damage with the raging.
Yes, 2 damage, and then it will bite. For 13 piercing.
Yeah.
Fire.
Wait, no. I'm still up. I'm still up.
Perfect, and it can't eat you because you're too big. Alrighty, it gains its Paragon action
That's what she
back,
said.
and we'll go ahead and pass to Alicia.
I'm torn. Should I attempt to kill this thing or keep gaming up?
I mean, 6 one, half dozen the other.
Shit. I have one.
I mean, you can also throw your shit at it. That's also a viable option.
That is a viable option. Alright. Gonna try and get rid of this damn thing. Use my last spell slot. Level 2. Guiding Bolt. 23 to hit for 13 points of damage.
Tell us what it looks like as you kill the Remor has Inferno Scale.
Thank you, baby Lathander.
Praise Luther. Luther Vandross. I think I described it earlier that it looks like Yusuke's spirit gun. So level 2, it grows larger, and this time it's a just a piercing beam that just rips right through the creature's I guess esophagus area, and kind of just out the back of its.
Absolutely. You shoot your spectral beam of divine energy. It nails the creature in its esophagus, and the creature takes one final grasping breath as it falls dead. And the music will change. The combat will end, as there's no members of the party in immediate danger of dying.
I would say, as things have calmed down now, I'll quickly motion Red over and say, Red, please come here. Kia needs help. I need some of your berries.
Oh, I'm on my way. Hold on. And Red the Berry Bush. He and Dale were actually fighting their own Remorhas, but they did not do a very good job. They were mostly just hiding and running until it gave up its folly. And they would come back to you with their berries.
Right. As I grab a handful, at first I'm about to put one in what I would think is a Kia's mouth, and then I stop myself. I'm like, wait, they don't have a mouth. What am I supposed to do with this?
Stick it up the bum. It's a suppository now.
I don't think they have one of those either.
You don't know, did you look?
Do you look?
I'm like, no, that can't be it. And it's like,
Well, you don't know.
and I start feeling around on, and I'm like, Akia, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find a way to get you back up, and I guess probably find a hatch or something, and then just pull it open, and then find that device you told me about in your chest, and to just sort of press the and I guess basically just juice the good berry up against it.
I was about to say, thank goodness you did just try to shove the whole thing. I'd be cleaning that thing for days.
Mm-hmm. It's like when you try to
He's
put
still going to be complaining about the stickiness.
an avocado through a juicer.
Yep.
So you would come back, Akia, with 1 HP, I believe.
Join the 1 HP club.
The sheriff will say, "Well, that was a bit of bad luck, everyone. Are we all still standing?"
Surprisingly.
No, some of us are sitting down.
Or slithering, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, in my free hand that isn't holding the good berries, I'll hold up 3 fingers and say, like, Akia, you're all right. How many fingers am I holding up?
And Akia answer.
Are they all dead?
If you mean all of the things, yes. Thankfully, we managed to survive. How about you? How are you doing?
I am partially melted.
Yes, I could tell. I'm sorry if I made a mess. I wasn't sure how to administer this for you.
You did well. Thank you.
And then she'll like close your chest and say, like, I hope you don't mind if I had to get a bit invasive. I would have asked first if you were conscious.
It is fine. I've had to do the same.
And then she'll hold out the her hand with the rest of the good berries. Anyone else need these?
I think give it to the others. I think they're worse off.
I mean, I'm a snake. I can't talk. So
What is with the snake?
Hiss.
the snake goes up to Akia and wraps itself around his arms like Britney Spears style. Yeah, you guys know.
Mm-hmm. The sheriff, looking around, says, "Well, we mustn't dawdle. Is there anything that you all need from this scene, or should we rush back to Bryn Shander?"
I mean,
I don't know, considering we had a bugger of a time, these things, kind of want to cut them up and see what they're useful for.
Yes.
Nothing else
Harvesting
we can
checks.
Nothing else we can sell them for parts.
Though before you do, Lotus will walk up to you, Gaiman. It's like, Gaiman, I know you're probably used to getting beat up, but here, just have a few of these. It'll help.
No, absolutely fucking not. I'm not touching that evil shite.
It's not evil. See,
That
I have
bush
one
is
and they're
fucking
just-
evil. Every single awakened critter we've come across is evil. That thing's waiting for me to go to sleep. And it's gonna slip me from my throat down to my junk in my sleep.
Naval.
Look, Gaiman, look.
What?
And she'll eat one of the good berries.
No, don't believe it.
It's your stick out tongue. See? I'm fine.
It's a lingering evil. Creeps up on you when least expect it. You should make yourself throw up. Plus, you sit with that shit.
No.
You've been warned.
Are we going
Alright,
to
alright.
harvest these things? I don't want to stay out here much longer.
If somebody will let me get to it, yeah.
All right. Then Lotus will walk away, and then she'll go up to Snake, like, here, you should have these then.
DM, I forget this will be my first druid. If I take something that's a healing, does my snake form get the healing, or does my character get the healing?
So in this instance, because you still have snake hit points, if you eat those good berries, it would increase your snake hit points.
Which only lasts the rest of the hour anyway. So you see the snake kind of decline, which is still wrapped around the key.
All right.
Sorry.
Lotus will nod, and then she'll just stash the rest of them, knowing that from her research, they're still good for another 23 hours.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you will want to harvest these remorhas. There is 2 variations here: the tunneler, and of course, the inferno scale. So, because they are a monstrosity, this is a nature check on both of these creatures to tell us exactly what you could get out of them.
Okay. I've got a +5 for nature checks. If anyone else proficient in nature want to give me
No,
assistance?
sorry. Oh, wait. Does the druid know nature, or do they know religion? I think I know the answer to this one.
Yeah, the druid's definitely nature. I have a +2, so
Holy shit, a druid that knows nature.
I know, right?
I suppose I need to be human to assist.
Yes.
If that's the case, then very awkwardly the snake becomes a human that is wrapped around Akia and dislodges himself. Excuse me.
All right.
And-
With that, can I roll with advantage for nature check on the appraised monster?
Yes. Are you appraising the tunneler first or the inferno scale first?
Let's start with the tunneler, I guess.
Okay.
Dirty
Okay.
20.
For a 20, you would know that you can get rations, number 1, from this creature. You can get a number of fangs, a hide, or pieces of the hide, and teeth.
All right, and I'll do one for the boss.
Mm-hmm.
22.
So you can get similar things from the boss. The only thing that is different is the amounts will be much higher.
Cool. All right. What check for? Is it sleight of hand still for carving them up?
Carving them up is a harvester's tool kit check.
I rolled it prematurely. Got a 12. I don't know if you want me to roll multiple checks or just the 12.
So I believe Akia has proficiency in harvester's toolkit check as well. Is that correct?
That is correct. We're both +4, I believe.
Yep. I will roll again then. And we'll take the higher of the 2.
How did the good berries work?
I think it gives you like 1 hit point.
Yeah, for every one you...
one hit point. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 1 hit point and it fully nourishes you
well,
for a day.
I guess technically it should be the 20, not the 24, because like an idiot, I rolled with advantage on that one and ignored the 12.
No problem. So are we starting with the tunnelers? Are we starting with the big boy? What are you guys starting with?
Let's start with the tunnelers.
Okay.
So do we roll with advantage 4 times?
So for the young Remorhez, first thing you get... Ooh, you get 8 Remorhez rations. So if you can imagine, these are like giant lobsters, essentially.
Let's see who eats who, and with butter.
1d2. Ooh, so you get from the first 2 Remorhez fangs. On that first check, you did not, unfortunately enough, roll high enough to get a hide.
Oh, that's what I was hoping for armor.
But you did also get 2 Remorhez teeth.
Okay, so it was 8 rations, 2 teeth.
Mm-hmm. And then 2 fangs.
All right, I'm just keeping track of stuff in treasure, and I'll add it up at the end. Gaiman, you can go ahead and do another one, and then I'll do a couple.
All right, so we're doing one for each of the bodies then.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, are you guys doing the tunnelers and then saving the Inferno scale for last?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And I can tell
that's
you
the impression I'm getting from.
Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and do the Inferno scale, and if I do bad, I'll use my lucky point.
Sounds like a plan. Go for it.
All right,
All right,
rolling
let
with
me-
advantage.
Let me find this thing. I'm just gonna roll. Sleight of hand. It'll be the same roll because I don't have the kit in my inventory.
Do you need a kit in your inventory? Okay, a 22 is high enough to get everything.
That's pretty good, but
No, if you re-roll with the lucky, then whatever you roll stands. It's not with advantage again. It's just a straight
Mhm.
re-roll.
yeah, but can I throw my Faxpiration on there?
Aha!
That you
On
can.
the lucky point, you could.
On that 22, can I throw that my DM inspiration on that 22?
You could throw your Faxpiration there.
24.
You can get everything but the hide.
Oh,
Damn
man,
it.
The hide's a high roll.
So you could. No, you can't. Never mind. Excuse me.
Well, if a 24 doesn't do it, then even a nat 20 won't do it because the highest that either Gaiman or I could get is a 24.
Yeah, you get the feeling that you need a 25 to get the hide.
Oh, unless Gaiman got like a nat 20 and added his inspiration. So
I used my fact of inspiration to have a hit go through.
okay, then there's no chance of a hide.
But you
All
did get. So this is the Inferno scale. Okay. So you got.
I mean, it won't be the last time we face these things, most likely.
And we'll likely find better hides out there too.
So this is for the rations. For the Inferno scale, so more lobster meat. That's 3 more fangs and 7 more claws.
I'm sorry, what was that? 7. I heard 7 clocks.
I heard that too.
Oh, sorry. It's. I guess there's a difference here between fangs and teeth. So you got teeth. I thought it was claws, but it is teeth. So excuse me.
All right. Gaiman, you can go ahead and roll on 2 more of these Inferno scales, and 2 more of these tunnelers, and then maybe we can drag the last one back to town and get some assistance in skinning it. Maybe we can get a hide that way.
Shit.
Okay, so this would be for 2 more young Remorhazes. So 2d6. So 8 more
I was
rations.
rolled privately.
Oh, my 2d6 was?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
go.
Hold on.
There you go.
That's it.
Private
You
again.
get
Roll private
1.
again.
This is weird. Hold on. Let me refresh everyone.
Was that 1 fang?
Yes. I didn't have it set at private, and it was making me roll private. That's weird.
Well, that's just fantastic.
Alrighty. And 2d4.
Still coming in private.
What is happening? Reveal. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if it is something that...
Maybe because you're rolling as Dale. Maybe Dale is broken somehow.
That would be very strange.
Because when you're rolling as Akia or the Tunneler, they worked. So that's the only thing that seemed to have changed. Three teeth.
Yes. But it's always possible that here, let me go to my user config. User config, release, save. Alrighty. Okay, and I need to do that again. 2d6. Did you guys all see that one?
Yep.
Roll 1d2 and 2d4.
I didn't see the 1d2.
Oh, it was a 2. And 3 more teeth.
All right. How would you guys feel about pulling one of these tunnelers? Because even with a nat 20, we can't get that skin, but we could maybe take it to the dwarves and they could skin it and have a chance. Because we have no chance of getting a skin right now.
Yeah, if we, yeah, I definitely think that sounds like a good idea. If none of us have the ability to do so, we hopefully here. I guess the only thing is like, what do we think they're, what do we think they're gonna want for it though? Is what I'm curious about.
Probably their
we got
fucking ingots.
We sent you guys on that job almost 5 days ago, and you haven't came back with our ingots yet.
Mhm.
We did tell them we had to. We were on a
Listen,
quest
short
with them.
stack. We had other pressing business. Plus, I didn't see you going out there getting them again. Now, did you?
Mm-hmm. These are all good arguments to get your guys' what's the thing carved up.
Well, it sounds like a good idea to me. I'm not going to be helpful because of my 9 strength, so...
DM, how heavy is a... Was it one of the juvenile remorazes that was left?
Give me 1 moment. I'm calculating their weight.
I think it was one of the tunnelers. Oh, excuse
Mhm.
me.
I
So
mean,
this thing is probably around 1,500 pounds. So it's going to be very heavy.
So I count as a large creature, determining my carrying capacity and the weight that I can push, drag, or lift. And that's just under normal circumstances. That's not raging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my
I'm
strength is
looking up
also
the carrying
terrible.
capacity.
Oh, I wonder if Avalus can like turn into a horse.
Oh, let me see the CR of a horse. 1 second.
Oh, so
It's like 0
correct me
or
if I'm
something.
wrong. bigger creatures get to double their carrying capacity for every size greater, every size category above medium. So it would.
I can turn into a horse.
So you can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to 30 times your strength score.
Yeah, that's still not enough.
And that would
That's
make
only
your
up to 480.
And then if it is doubled for being large, or considered to being large?
It is. So my normal carrying capacity is 240 right now. Doubling it is 480.
And then that would be your carrying capacity, but isn't there a modifier if you're pulling something as opposed to carrying it?
Oh, so what's times 16?
Yeah,
So 30 times
that's right.
16 is 480, but then you bump it up because of your powerful build. So times 2. So you're at 960 pounds by yourself, Gaiman. And then if you have a horse could probably pull that much.
Yeah,
as
horse
well.
also has a 16 strength.
So you guys with Gaiman and the horse could pull one of these corpses back.
How long is the how long does the wild shape last for, though?
It's like half your level, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's like an hour.
I think we were only like an hour outside of town.
Are we that close?
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Yeah,
rolled
we were pretty close.
rolled an 8 on that D8. We were right outside of town.
Is that true, Orf?
That is true. Yeah, when I rolled that D8, it was to see when in the travel time you guys would get the random encounter, and it was 8, which is like right outside of town.
Well, in that case, fuck it. Let's just go drag this bitch to the fucking dwarves.
All right. Let's do that.
All right, sounds good.
And if they can't do it, they probably know a leather worker who can.
Of course, your guys' favorite wilderness survival expert would tell you that he would help drag, but you guys need his eyes on the road to make sure that nothing bad happens.
Of course.
Where were your motherfucking eyes before, Dale?
He says, well, they didn't get a surprise on us. They didn't ambush us completely. That was me.
Right.
Oh, good job then.
Thank you. The berry bush will continue coming through just to make sure you all don't need any more berries, and you guys can
Get away from me!
head back to the city of Bryn Shander. When you get there, it'll probably be almost exactly 5 p.m. So pretty dark here.
Oh, DM, before we leave, I had to drop Shiny and the others, one of the sides, when I grabbed out Lucille for combat. Do I successfully retrieve them?
Yes, you can find your weapons. It was a pretty small battlefield, and there wasn't any craziness that caused them to fly off somewhere into the snow or anything like that. So you can definitely get your items back.
All right. I'm not going to bother trying to recover the arrows. It's just no bloody point.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, when you guys would arrive at I believe we would be coming through the north gate to Bryn Shander.
How long was the journey to Brimshinder from where we were at?
From Lonelywood?
Well, no, I mean from the Remoras.
Oh, probably roughly 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. No issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys were rocking it.
Yeah, I only got wild shape for like an hour, so.
Yeah, so what I guess everyone would see first is you guys dragging this giant body with you to the front gates, the north gate, and of course, working the north gate is your all guys' favorite dwarf, Ogric Brighthelm. And she would start to give her normal greeting to every newcomer to Bryn Shander, and then she would recognize that it was you guys. And she would say, "Whoa! Look at that thing that you're carrying with you. Where did you get that? Whoa!"
Yes.
We went Remoraz fishing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. You might want to have some the guards be on alert here. These things kind of ambushed us about an hour out, and Lotus, not being very good with navigation, just points back the way they went. That way.
Oh, of course, of course. Oh, and I need to put an Avalas on our.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not looking at anything. So.
There we go. So, she would say, "Oh, of course. We can't have any polar worms be snacking on our citizens." And she starts a guard kind of call to get that information spread out in the city. And the other guardsman goes through the motions of getting the gates open for you guys. That way, you can come in.
And Lotus says, like, we'll be taking this to the Black Iron Blades. Hopefully they can help us to get some of the more tougher bits off this thing.
Oh, well, of course, of course. And the modest guard looks to you all, nods. We'll continue looking out into the dreary, snow-covered wasteland that you will call your home.
I think we're gonna beeline it for the blades before the horse runs out of steam.
Are you saying that because you are the Thane of Goodmead? Beeline? So, do you guys want me to tell you what the fangs and the teeth do?
Yes.
Okay, so the fangs, and you guys have a lot of these, they can be crafted into a dagger that deals an additional 1d6 fire damage. So you could have a fire dagger. Doesn't give you a bonus to hit or to normal damage, just gives you an extra dice. The teeth can be affixed as the tip of an arrow or a crossbow bolt. Ranged attacks that use ammunition made from these teeth deal an additional 1d6 fire damage on a hit. After the ammo has been fired, it loses this property.
Could they possibly be carved into sling pellets?
Yeah, you could use the teeth as sling pellets.
Perfect.
Now, the fangs to make the dagger have a money cost attached to them and an amount of days to craft the dagger. The crossbow bolts or arrows or slings, you could simply pop your arrowhead off and put the Remorhez teeth on there.
So the teeth would be good for me, but I also have produce flame. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't have a range or fire attack, it'd probably be better if you guys took it.
Fire attacks are what we all have, except for Gaiman.
I do not use magic.
But basically, the rest of us are all fire, so that's why we were kind of we went up against a creature with fire resist. We're like, well, oh well. Oops, all fire. Oops, all fire damage.
Yeah, that's why it was pretty useless too.
So
I can do some thunder.
Okay, so you were saying the fangs could be fashioned into daggers.
I have written it on the treasures page.
Oh,
That's
okay.
correct. Into daggers, and the teeth can be used as arrows, crossbow bolts. We can do sling bullets.
And the teeth don't require the same fashioning that the fangs do, right?
That's correct. You guys can pop those onto sticks or arrow shafts immediately if you would like.
Well, I mean, I've got 16 arrows.
I have magic stones, so go ahead and take all of them if you want them.
If you're sure, I mean, I'm happy to share. I was just throwing out how many I had. I could.
No,
You
it's
wanna-
because I have. If I need fire damage, I have produce flame, so it's all good.
If you're sure.
Yep.
All right. In that case, I will put.
You can always do half and just do the rest later or something.
Well,
If you-
no,
if
I
you wanna
mean
save
they're one use anyway, so it makes more sense to just go ahead and put them on all the arrows.
Mhm.
You know.
And we
I
have
was just thinking, you might get a magic crossbow later. Magic +3 crossbow and be like, oh man, I've got all these arrows and no crossbow.
Are you going to give me a magic +3 crossbow and then like the next day or two?
You're not going to use all those arrows in a day or two, but anyway.
You don't know that. I could have terrible aim.
I mean, if they're only good for ammunition, you might as well put them on. And if we need to make
And
sling
you know,
pellets,
by the
one
same
option.
token, if I could pop them on, I could just simply pop them off.
Yeah.
I also have arrows that you can take as well if you need extras. So
Well, there's 18 teeth total, so I could just do up the arrows I have and then have 2 spare teeth.
yeah,
There were 15 teeth total.
I'm seeing 18, 3 and 15.
No, that line is the total. That
I
one that says
misunderstood.
total, the one that says total is the total.
I was blanking on total. I apologize. All right, so yeah.
Righty. The sheriff, when you all get to town, will say, I am going to take the body of the Ice Knife Killer, and I'm going to head back to, well, first, the council hall. I need to speak with the speaker, let them know that we have caught the killer, and what we should do about letting the public know, or whether we should keep that all under wraps.
If I could ask a favor.
Yes, well, we just really saved each other's lives.
If you could just find if there were any word of trouble on the path from here to Dugan's Hole lately.
I think I heard something about that. Something about winter wolves.
Yes, I have also heard of the winter wolves. I was just hoping if there was anything extremely recent.
Well, I'll look into it. But maybe you should ask your Thane here. And he looks at Avalis.
The horse.
The horse. Isn't it funny that in like back-to-back days, a horse has become a center point to your character?
Right? Please don't make the horse I change into look like Naysayer.
Oh, okay. I've got a better token.
Hey, remember, he's a white horse. He's a white horse.
So I have no use for the rations. Do you guys want to keep the rations to eat? Are you guys actually keeping track of your rations?
I actually want to get rid of rations because I can't hold all that shit.
Yeah, I got
It's
some,
way
I got
too
some
heavy for
full,
my
so
ass.
I can get my
We're
own
gonna
food.
we're gonna find an upscale restaurant to sell the Rimmeraz meat to.
Yeah, exotic lobster type meat. Yeah, it's got to go for much.
And in these times of low supplies and when people can't make ends meet, perhaps they'll eat just about anything.
Would
Yeah.
it be possible to combine fangs? Like, if you use more than one fang, could you make something larger than a dagger?
Here's so if you have 8 fangs, if you use 4 fangs, I would say you could make a short sword. If you used 6, you could make a long sword. If you used all 8, you could make we'll call it a great sword.
Okay, no.
Mhm.
Gaiman, that would I think that would mainly be up to you. just how many you would want to sell of these fangs. I don't know how interested you are in a fiery weapon, or how other people would be interested in fiery weapons.
I mean, a fire weapon would be pretty fucking cool, but at the same time, it's like, what's it going to cost to make it? Like, does the rest of the party need shit? So, because, I mean, if memory serves, like, for the last 7 fucking hours, you're bitching and moaning about, oh, poor me, I've got nobody to tinker and make shit. So, you know, some of the fangs might solve that problem. Not to mention, we still have to, like, get the dwarves to take the hide off the Remoraz. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just want to ask before we sell them. Like,
It makes sense.
Do any of those weapons sound like the perfect weapon for anybody? It's like, this is exactly what I wanted for this character. Is like a short sword that deals fire damage or something like that.
I won't say no to like a great sword that deals fire damage, but you know what? I mean, sometimes it just doesn't fucking happen.
I mean, no, it's fine. That's fine. We can always sell them later if we need the money. They don't expire.
Let's just hold on to them. See what we need.
That's fine with me.
I would like.
Well, I think like all things considered, like putting the arrows into action isn't like a good call. That's just me though.
Yeah. No, I think those would be very easy to use.
I would like to swap, well, not swap, but enhance my short sword to deal fire. And someone can take this ice knife if they want it.
I mean, it's more on brand for you and, you know, baby Jesus and whatnot. So, I mean, why not?
But that can be for later.
Speaking of swapping, I had already talked this over since I already had plans for my other B team slot, but I'd already discussed this with Avlas's player, and I wanted to go ahead and give him red, and then I would, in exchange, grab Raylan for a B team slot.
Works for me.
Makes sense for the druid to have the bush.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just think here. I'll just go ahead and remove red from my sheet.
And I should delete Raylan from my...
There's a hygiene and grooming joke in there.
There is.
It's like, I'm a dragonborn. I don't have hair. That you're aware of, anyway.
I mean, you're humanoid, not mammalian. As far as we know.
OOC, there's a good chance that Akio will start asking the party for money. If I don't know, would y'all be interested in trying to sell this like potion of vitality or potion of radiant resistance?
I'd rather keep those for the time being.
Ooh, bonus to nature. Nice.
All right, so I think we're just going to try and sell the Remoraz meat.
Okay, the Remoraz meat. Excellent. So you could potentially sell that either at the Dry Snowman, or you could potentially sell it at really at the council hall, because they're always taking rations, donations to give out to people. You could sell it to the House of the Morning Lord, because they do something similar with the population who can't quite work for themselves. Or you could sell it at your favorite sticky floored location.
OOC, I feel like if we try to sell it to the government or the church, they're going to be like, well, what you really need to do is just donate it, and then you use it as a tax write-off, and then that's going to help you with your taxes.
I think Gaiman would say that in character too. It's like they're gonna try and
fuck us on the price.
exactly. They're in character.
Say some bullshit about taxation and some other shit, and no, they're just gonna try and fuck us.
I guess the first thing we do is go to the blades and try to get this thing skinned. See if they have like an expert to try and get the leather off.
All right. So Sheriff Markham would have left you guys carrying the body. He's going to go ask questions and make sure that that's all good to go. And you guys are all heading for the black iron blades.
Alicia, if you want to part with that ice knife after you get your short sword all sorted out, I wouldn't mind adding that to the collection. The other weapons get lonely sometimes. The more the merrier.
Sure. If you feel it will do your family of weapons company.
No, it's not family. It's not really. I mean, it's just, a collection of, sharp, pointy things.
Just for my own information, is it a riding horse, a draft horse? What horse can Avalis turn into?
I believe I turned into a riding horse because it's CR appropriate. I'm not sure if a draft horse is. Let me check.
They're all like very low CR, if I recall.
Yeah, they're all somewhere around a quarter.
I think only the.
Oh yeah, he'd probably turn into a draft horse then, because he's pulling a big weight.
Excellent. Okay, I'm just making your horse token, and let me bring you all to.
And it's a white one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a quirk.
Mm-hmm. It's like how Beast Boy is always green.
Yep.
Okay, you are standing outside of the black iron blades, and you are hefting around for Morhez body.
That's not terrifying to the populace.
If you've lived in Icewind Dale long enough, you've seen some crazy stuff, and
They're probably cheering.
Some people would maybe come up to gawk. Others would be, intimidated. Some people are thinking to themselves that you got lucky, and others are scheming.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone gives Gaiman a dirty look as he's pulling this through the street, he's just gonna flex on him and be like, "What?"
Yes, and much like flexing on someone at the mall, their bravado is false, and they would immediately turn away from you all. So the black iron blades are here, and there are, of course, still waiting around for you guys to solve their issues for them are the Battlehammer dwarves and the two black iron dwarves, Garn and Elza, are waiting here to sell their wares. And if you all remember correctly, their stock of weapons and armor is all incredibly mundane and uninventive.
I guess here, Rose will walk in, and I guess with Akia right beside her, and say "Hello. We were coming back from trip, and we kind of got ambushed, and we managed to bring back one of the creatures. I was hoping we could get some help with getting some stuff off of it."
The members of the two dwarven clans look to one another. Haruna, the Battlehammer dwarf, will actually approach you all, and she said, "Well, look at all this then. It's these thanes that we hired almost a 10 day ago. Did you all find our ingots yet?"
Look, we were given a laundry list of fucking things to do. You're next in line. Now, alright, rest of you, chop shop, outside. Look at the rubber ass. Hide off. Let's go. Come on!
The battle hammer dwarves look at one another, and they look as they are people who aren't going to move an inch. So they kind of just stick around for a moment, and then Garn the Hammer will approach the owner of the store, and he says, what are you speaking of? What do you mean there is a Remorhaz outside?
We killed a fucking Remoraz. Technically 5 of them. And we dragged one back to town so we could get the fucking hide off. Come on!
And, are you intending to sell this Remorhaz to me?
No, we want the hide.
The dwarf begins to stroke his long golden beard. He says, and you are just needing my services to carve off the hide?
Gaiman is slowly losing patience, and he very slowly walks up to the dwarf and stands over him and sort of looks down at him at this point and says,
Did I fucking stutter?
No, you did not. My services don't come cheap. I am a expert tanner, he says confidently.
All right. Well, I don't think you can readily quote us a price until you see what you're having to do. So let's go outside, have a butcher's, or I'll just pick you up and take you outside and have a look-see anyway. What say you?
I believe he is attempting to negotiate a price, Gaiman.
And I think he's trying to fuck me like the government was trying to fuck us on the rubber ass meat, and I think he needs to have a look-see before he can quote a price.
The dwarf will walk outside to see exactly what he's dealing with, just to see exactly what price he should charge you all for his services. The dwarf walks outside and strokes his beard. This is a large spectacle you've brought here. Quite a specimen. Begins to look all around. Appears that it is a juvenile, a young Remorhaz, but still will be quite a bit of work. Might even take me all day. He looks at the party. To carve the beast, it will cost you. We're looking at the neighborhood of probably 100 gold pieces.
What if we allow you to keep the teeth and fangs and meat from the Remorhaz? If you can get us the hide.
Give me a persuasion check, Akia.
Can I assist in that persuasion check by looking, menacingly and flexing my muscles?
If anything, because of this guy's description that I'm reading here, you might actually hurt his persuasion check by trying to intimidate him.
All right, Gaiman will just stand back.
Okay.
I am proficient in persuasion. Can I assist with this?
Yeah, how would Alicia assist Akia?
I think Alicia would kind of walk over to the Master Dwarf and be like, your discerning eye is actually is quite good. There was a number of them that we saw outside the city. But yes, we wanted to at least have an expert opinion in order to see if we can get the hide off of this creature. Hopefully you can do your best work yet.
Flattery.
Yes.
So, yes, you can give me a persuasion check here from Alicia to see if he will accept just the parts of the Remor has, and maybe a smaller amount of coin.
Is it Alicia giving the check or?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay.
I believe that Kia.
I have made plenty of checks today. Oh, you said Alicia.
I was going to say, I believe Akia is not a persuasive person.
Oh. Okay. Would I make this normal or an advantage?
This would be normal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lucky point. We'll see how this goes.
Well,
let's see.
I'll spend that lucky point.
There we go.
15's better.
15. Okay. The dwarf will stroke his beard and say, Then how about this then? I will keep the meat, the fangs and the teeth, and for 25 gold pieces, I will get the hide for you.
Alicia will turn to everyone. I think that sounds fair.
I believe so.
The horse just nods up and down.
Oh yes, the horse.
Of
Who could
course.
forget? So the dwarf will tell you, give me till end of day tomorrow. So if you can come back tomorrow at 6 p.m., I will have the hide for you perfectly made.
Thank you.
OOC, aren't we leaving in the morning?
That's if we want to stick with the plan of ambushing Torga and company on the road.
I mean, Metahorse is saying that we can probably just pick it up later. They can hold it for us or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Surely we'll come to Brinchander again.
Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back when we can. We have to leave early in the morning. We have signed an NDA as to why.
Well, I don't know about any NDA thing. No. What's an NDA? But I mean, like, would we want this for like the purposes of what we're doing with the?
It takes.
I'm really fucking confused now.
What do we need to hide? We don't need to hide immediately. It takes like a long time to turn it into something useful.
Oh, never mind. I don't use armor.
Is there something personal that you were going to do with it, Akia? Maybe they can get started on turning into armor, and then we have to come back with ingots anyway. So.
I assume that we would turn it into scale armor. Remoraz scale armor.
Jesus, there's a horse there.
You see a brilliant, beautiful white horse that has been with you for nearly the last hour. It appears that
No, it wasn't. It just appeared.
could be the king of horses.
It just showed up. It literally just showed up. You can't gaslight me.
The dwarf begins pulling on the tunneler with very little success, trying to get it to move. Will anyone help him drag it around back? Or,
I mean, if I have any time left, the horse would help.
Akia is weak as a baby. With 8 strength.
I was going to say, I watched my son do 10 Toda bars today at toddler class. He's a pretty strong baby.
Take it after
Caden will
you.
say, "You need me to shift that carcass for you, big man."
Yeah, the draft horse is an 18 strength, so he might be good.
The draft horse is technically stronger than Caden.
I mean, probably should be. It's rough. Have you seen those in real life? They're crazy.
Yeah, he's a Clydesdale.
I know.
basically.
I'm just saying. I'm like, this is a fucking fantasy world. Like, Goliaths don't exist. Like with all the shit that they can do. So I'm just saying.
You know, with Gaiman, actually, his token sort of zoomed out, kind of makes Gaiman look small. Does anyone else get that? Just that aesthetic, like Gaiman's smaller than the other characters.
Listen, you all know I'm a grower, not a shower, so fuck off with that shit.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, don't worry, Gaiman. As I tell most of the men I've been with, it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it.
You know what? I'm just going to let that one go. Because I feel like anything I say is going to get twisted.
After shitting on the dwarf for being short and not as strong, Gaiman will help him move the Remorhaz corpse.
He would thank you, and he will take the Remorhaz corpse around back so that he can get started on the hide. Inside, while this negotiation was happening, sorry, Avalos, I'm going to kill one of the horses that represented you. The Battlehammer dwarves would be speaking with your number one, Dale, and number two, the bush. Unless, is the bush hidden with the horse?
Well, I would have put Red on the back of a horse, Avalos, and just say, like, this one, Avalos, he knows a lot about nature, so he should be able to take care of you, okay?
Oh, okay. And if he needs, I will feed him all the berries. I know that horses like berries.
Yes, yes.
I think it's going to get awkward in about 10 minutes when I have a bush on my back.
You know they make a cream for that.
Hey, OOC, just the party members. Are we going after Torga, or are we going after the Iron Shipment next? Just so that we know, like, what we're gonna do in character.
Probably Torga, since that seems to be closer.
We have an animal messenger has arranged for some help with that already. So
Yeah, that definitely seems like the more urgent thing right now.
I was thinking there might be a survivor, but maybe not. So.
Okay. The Battlehammer dwarves will stop accosting Dale after a little while. After he begins to speak of aliens, they have no patience for this. The only thing they have patience for is someone who will actually go after their ingots.
Yeah, I would say to get Dale away, I would say, Dale, I want to tell you something interesting. You see, and I'll just sort of like whisper to him and just sort of put a hand around him and just sort of guide him out towards the door. You see, on the planet where I'm from, there's this secret extra-government organization that actually tracks and polices alien activity.
What is this organization?
Well, you see, they all wear black suits and sunglasses, and they have this magic item. It's this sort of a shiny silver-colored stick where they can use it to cast a spell and actually will erase your memory of everything you've seen. It helps them keep everything they do secret.
Oh no. Have I been memory sticked? Dale looks to himself.
That's the thing. You never know for sure. And it's like, and because of the black suits and sunglasses, they call themselves the Men in Black.
He begins to write down everything you've said about the Men in Black.
And I'm hoping this has got his attention enough that it'll help me with guiding him out the door.
This does.
I would very much like to recruit Knobberknocker and possibly have a talk with Gaiman on the way.
Yes, that's right. Because if I recall correctly, most likely Master Wado was either there or with Danica. I don't recall which.
Master Watto would be with Danica Greysteel.
Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like two of the characters want to have a conversation. Between Gaiman and Akia.
Yeah. If Gaiman would say travel to Knobberknocker with Akia, we could have that conversation on the way.
Who is this knob knocker you're trying to go see? I don't understand. Did he just go around punching people in the dicks?
I believe that is just their name, not a nickname based on their behavior.
His name's basically Dick Puncher. Sounds like a evil villain or something.
Intriguing observation.
Do you even have a dick to get punched? I mean, I've no problem going with you to protect you, but I mean... I did think you were equipped in that way.
You see a look of introspection on Akia's face. They're questioning something, but you're not sure what. I've never considered if that is too personal to talk about or not. I suppose that we've been traveling together for a while.
You know, I'm not always the best judge of this kind of thing. I mean, I'm pretty... I think I overheard Alicia and Lotus say, Gaiman is very crass. Yeah, I think that's what they said. So whatever the fuck that means.
Well, I do not have any appendages of that sort. However, I don't believe I would like to discuss that with most people. So please do not announce that.
All right. He's not going to punch me in the dick, is he?
I don't believe so.
All right, I'm just saying right now, like if he tries to punch me in the dick, I'm punching him in the dick right back.
That seems fair. I did have a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about.
All right, well, fuck it. Where's this dick puncher live? Let's go see him.
This way. I have a couple of concerns about the transmutation crystals you have been transporting.
The what and the what?
Those crystals that you keep in the satchel there.
You be going through my shit.
I have been able to see them. They emit a magical glow.
They're like a magic.
Yes. First, you appear to be reconfiguring your appearance to that of a blue-lipped feline. If that is what you wish, or if I...
A blue-lipped what now?
You appear to be becoming more cat-like.
I'm not a fucking cat. I'm Goliath, mate.
Did you not intend to become more cat-like?
No, I just said I'm a fucking Goliath. I'm not a bloody cat.
Oh. Well, you should be aware that those crystals that you have been imbibing are transforming your physical appearance. I
I'm
can.
turning into a cat because of it.
The same transmutation magic emanating from those crystals is coalescing in some of your facial features. Yes, it appears to be turning you into a thick, blue-lipped feline of some sort, or possibly an elf. It is difficult to determine at this stage.
Hold on. You can call me a lot of things, but you better not say I'm turning into an elf. I'm not turning into some prissy windbag.
You are turning into something. I just want you to be aware. As you eat more of those crystals, the transformation continues.
Holy hells. Oh. Hmm.
Also, if you want to transition, that is okay. If you do not, I would suggest that you stop inviting immediately. Also, you should probably find a mirror.
More because of the transformation shit.
Yes, it is becoming distinct. You should know what you look like. Also, I have another concern.
Alright, what is it?
You dispense transmutation crystals, I believe Alicia called them hag crystals, at the speaker's house in Lonelywood, without her knowledge.
I didn't dispense them, I gave them to the muskrat.
I'm afraid that your extreme constitution may blind you to the damage you might have caused to her and her family.
But no, I didn't give them to anybody. I gave them to the fucking muskrat. It asked for the crystals. So I was like, alright, here you go. How about it?
Well, dead things do move and talk on occasion. However, this one did not seem to consume the crystals. It only stored it on its face. And then the speaker was affected by them. As best I could tell, the muskrat was just a dead muskrat and not a zombie of some sort. I could sense no necrotic magic.
I mean, I didn't say it was a zombie. I'm saying it was alive and it was asking, for a bump.
It was not.
Listen, you weren't there, so you don't fucking know. But I swear, up and down, it was like, gaming. You gotta share with me, brother. And I shared.
Very well, I will believe you. The muskrat was alive and it asked you to share. However, it did not consume the crystals. Instead, it also shared. And it was in a dangerous place to be sharing crystals. I believe that you should no longer share your crystals, Gaiman.
So, when I supposedly, I'm not saying that I did, but like when you're saying that this sharing supposedly took place, what happened to the speaker?
She was tripping out of her mind. I believe that is how the phrase is said. Possibly something about spheres. Tripping over spheres. I'm not sure.
Oh, wait, tripping balls. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
assume that makes it difficult or easier to parent. Either way, more dangerous.
She gonna be all right. She gets to be able to be like a mum to the wee ones.
She seemed to do better over time.
Hmm.
You also display some interesting characteristics. I do not know you very well, but your sense of paranoia sometimes becomes extreme.
What do you mean paranoia? It's only paranoia if no one's out to get you. There've been a lot of fucking evil, reanimated shites around. There was, the critters. There was like the fucking moose. There was
Yes,
that fucking druid and like the zombies and I still don't know why people don't believe me. There's that fucking bush.
you could be correct. The bush could be evil. However, at one point, you also suspected me and climbed into a tree.
Well, I mean, you proved me wrong, didn't you?
Be that as it may, I would just ask that you no longer dispense transmutation crystals.
I mean, it's not like I'm giving it to like children or anything. I mean,
I don't believe you should be giving it to animals either.
well,
Since
I
they-
told you what happened.
Yes, the animals cannot be trusted.
All right, that's fair. Animals cannot be trusted. Which begs the question: why do we have Avalas with us? He can turn into animals. Does that mean he can't be trusted?
That
Is
is
he
a good
evil?
question.
Do I need to go back and do him in?
Just open the can of worms.
I believe
I know,
that
Mitch.
when Avalis transforms, it is slightly different than when the druids made the animals with the red eyes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so long as it's not, they're not evil. So it's not turned into an evil animal. I guess that's okay. But I'll keep my eye on him.
So, will you please no longer dispense crystals?
Oh, listen, I wasn't like giving them out to kids. I wasn't like, giving them out to anybody else. I was using them. But I mean, I get it when you're saying like I hurt the speaker. She was tripping balls, and she's like a single mum, and that's an important job. And I get it. It's just it's hard sometimes to know when the shit you do like impacts others. I'm not smart, okay. I don't know if you've picked up on that, but I'm not really clever. Sometimes thinking is hard. And I guess I fucked up, didn't I?
I
But,
believe
mean, beyond
it
that,
is-
I'm not hurting anybody.
it is very difficult to know who to trust.
What does my use of hand crystals have to do with trusting people?
Oh, I suppose it is just my way of looking at it. I would not know whether or not I could trust the muskrat.
Well, I mean, if someone wants to party with you, I mean, sometimes you don't think, like, do I trust this bloke or not? You just think, hey, he wants to party too, and well, let's party together. So you party. You know? Or maybe you don't. I don't fucking know.
You know, it is possible that the hag crystal killed the muskrat. You said it was alive when it talked to you, yet when I saw it, it was dead.
Well, I mean, I don't mean like alive, but I mean like alive. Look, I know he was like hanging on the door or whatnot, but then he was like talking to me. He was like, help a brother out. You know, I'm at a party. And I was like, oh, all right. I mean, who am I to deny you some, chance to party? And then I go and, hurt the speaker.
Perhaps do not trust any animals with red eyes, or animals that appear to be dead but talk.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, to be fair, it did not have red eyes. But I mean, I know you covered that. It's just shit's complicated, mate.
I believe if you just don't give any away, it should be fine on that second point. Now, back to the first point. Are you sure that you're okay with this transformation that you're going through?
I didn't think I was going through anything. I can't make me reconsider, but it's like, I don't know. It's like I had to, take a couple of hits this morning to like just be level.
I'll just, as we're walking, I'll try and find like a window that I can shine a light on. Maybe Gaiman can see the reflection in.
Absolutely, you would see something like that. And for the others who are walking with the Akia and Gaiman during this conversation, do Lotus, Alicia, or Avalas have anything to add or any observation?
I thought it was just Akia and Gaiman going to see Knobberknocker.
Oh, so it's just you two, and then what are the three others doing? Or did you guys split off to go somewhere else?
Yeah, I was guessing that the idea is like we were heading to the Northfolk so we could meet up with Danica Greysteel and Master Watto.
Okay. So then you three are heading to Master Watto then. Perfect. So yeah, Akia, you can find a window to shine light in to show to Gaiman what he looks like.
All right, I do. Like, Gaiman, please look.
Yeah, Gaiman will look as best he can in the reflection and pick at his lips and like check his gums and what have you, and touch the tips of his ears and what have you.
So that's what I look like. Can't say I'm a fan.
If you stop taking the crystals, it might reverse.
Maybe. Well, this may be the end of it. I don't know. Just, sometimes when I first started taking it, I felt so fucking good. Like, I took 2 hits this morning just to not feel bad. I don't know. Weird.
My book WebMD says that if you get someone else to give you small doses, it can lessen the pain transitioning off of an addictive substance. If you like, I could hold on to those for you and just give it to you when it becomes unbearable.
I don't know. I mean, what's stopping you from just taking it all together, and I'll just have to make do?
I don't want any.
Well, I'm not saying you snort it. I'm just saying you take it. You take it away from me.
You said that it would make you feel miserable if you had none. I would not wish that upon you.
Okay, well, what about Lotus? She seems pretty fucking adamant about how I comport myself. That's a word, right? Comport? Yeah, fucking word. Anyway, I mean, all the smoking she does, and she gets me shot about a little bit of, what I do in my own time.
What about her?
Well, she smokes. She, obsesses over other things. Sometimes you just, you do stuff recreationally, and that's just your own goddamn thing.
If you wish to continue using the crystals, that is fine as well.
Well, I don't fucking know, Kia. It's a lot to, prospect.
Very well. As long as you are aware of the transition, and you do not share any more crystals, you are okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to give this shit to anybody else, alright? It's mine. I don't like sharing, if you haven't noticed.
Then I am satisfied. I just do not wish you to hurt other people.
I mean, I didn't mean to hurt the speaker.
I know. I believe you.
I mean, she's a mum. I mean, she's a single mum. I mean, those people need help. Help sometimes.
And Gaiman, if you wish to continue taking the crystals, that is up to you. But I will say this once. I do not like seeing you hurt yourself. And those do seem to hurt you in a way.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just need a little something to, get through the day. Life is hard, okay? I mean, you haven't been on this planet, you haven't been on this plane for very long, but let me tell you, mate, sometimes you just get your shit kicked in, and it just they keep fucking kicking you with the steel-toed boots, just like really fucking hammer it home.
All right. Thank you for listening.
All right, so let's go see Dick Puncher.
All right. That's all we'll say about it.
Excellent. And for the other group, Lotus, Alicia, and Avalas, is anything said between the three of you as you journey to the North Look?
Yeah, Avalas actually splits from the group. They may or may not notice, I suppose, but he goes off.
I'm pretty sure I'd notice.
No, fair enough. He goes off to see if there's a chapel of Sylvanus in the city. No need to role play it because, by myself.
Unfortunately enough, this town does not have a chapel to Sylvanus.
You don't want to play with yourself on stream?
Yeah. Despite Avalas turning into a wolf, he's not necessarily a lone wolf, obviously.
Twitch
So.
T West. let's not break that. I like my channel, please.
Mm-hmm.
I kid. It is a play on words.
But,
So he'll rejoin the group eventually, a little disheartened.
Yeah, I would say as you're rejoining, Lotus is sort of I guess for lack of a better term, just sort of like preening herself, sort of like smoothing out her outfit. She's like, how do I look? I don't look too disheveled, do I?
You look fine.
What do you mean by that? Do you mean fine as in like okay, or fine as in sexy? Because those are two completely different things.
I do not know how you look because I cannot see through your eyes.
Well, the thing, and she'll actually lean forward to you, Avalis. It's like, look, I know the mask kind of makes it hard, but I can't. I guess I can take it off, but it's like when I take it off, I look very, very different, and I don't want to do it in public because I'm not sure how people will react.
You should be proud of your differences. They are what make you you.
Oh, you really think so? And I guess as we're walking, she'll sort of like duck down sort of like a side alley, and as she does, you'll see Lotus will pull the mask up and over her head. And as you do, you see her body change. You see this normally somewhat shiny scales sort of fade, and you see a mishmash of scars, burns, lacerations, and you even see one of her eyes looks partially blinded. And her voice has actually changed too. It sounds a bit more raspy and strange. It's like, "Just change your mind?"
You are a survivor. You are stronger because of it. One should not hide from the scars, for it is experience that has shaped you. Remember, he's read a lot of fables.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia's just nodding their head in the background.
If it helps, I am the only one of my kind in my tribe. I grew up different, smaller than all of my brothers. Yet, I still survive, and am the only one that can do such magics.
I did get some art of that. I threw it up in the Discord for you so you can look at it. I'd say the thing that does worry me is not only if, like, Master Wada would accept me even as this. He's just so kind and pretty and generous. Like, I just had such bad luck with men even before this happened to me. All they really cared about is what I could do for them, and and she just starts sort of like stammering.
If he cuts you off.
Mm-hmm.
If he is as kind as you say, then he would accept you as you are. If not, then perhaps he is not worth having in the first place.
She stops herself, and she remembers when she was much younger and as a teenager and having just gotten out of a bad relationship, and her mother telling her something very similar. It says,
Do not let others define you by your own worth.
Right. Excuse me. She'll pull the mask back down, and her body changes back to what you saw before, and her voice lightening up and says, even so, I still want to look presentable. Maybe a little something. And I guess if you allow it, DM, she uses prestidigitation just to sort of click her fingers, and you see sort of a holographic nail polish sprout up, and then she'll sort of run a finger along her lips and sort of do the same, give herself a bit of a lipstick. Like, I at least want to try to get his attention. What do you think?
Avalis tries to help, and he uses Druidcraft to put a nice, like, perfumed cloud over, like a floral perfume cloud over Lotus.
She'll sniff a bit, like, is that lilac? Good choice.
I know not many flowers here, but the smell is pleasing.
I think with you two as my wingmen, think it's the ball's in my court, as they say. And you see her step out, having a bit more of an air of confidence than she did before.
If you wish, I can use my magic to hold him in place.
Let's not do that.
Oh.
Yes, let's... Yeah, I appreciate the thought, but I don't think that'll be necessary.
I also have fire.
That will definitely not be necessary.
Just so you didn't think he was too insightful.
And then Lotus will sort of move in first, and then just walk into Northlook Inn.
Excellent. So, shall we flash back to the group heading over to Knocker now that we know what the group going to the Northlook Inn intends to?
That's fine with me.
Sure.
Okay, let me go ahead and view that scene.
We have 3 hit points between us.
You guys could definitely have gotten a short rest in this time frame that you guys have been running around Bryn Shander.
Damn it.
Okay, so let me take you to the House of the Morning. As you approach the house and enter the doors, you can hear an argument happening between the 2 residents of the abode. It seems that Copper and Michonne are having an intense conversation about all of the things that he should and should not be allowed to blow up inside of his workshop.
Possibly that he should not be summoning air elementals inside the House of the Morning Lord.
Mm-hmm. All that, he is mentioning that he would like to keep some live specimens inside. He has been fooling around with a book that he found, summoning your first creature from the lower planes.
Oh, he is lucky that Alicia ain't there.
Mm-hmm. So that is the conversation that you would hear happening at the moment.
Akia would probably wait about here, just waiting for an opportunity to jump into the conversation. And probably wait about 10 minutes or so to see if it calmed down, and then would just edge slightly closer and edge slightly closer until they acknowledged his existence.
It takes them a while until they finally notice you, and when they do,
How long does it take them to notice us?
okay, let me roll a d10 here. It takes them 4 minutes of conversation.
Gaiman would make a concerted effort to belch loudly if they're just ignoring us. We're just standing there.
Once you have delivered an intense belch, the 2 arguers will essentially turn to you and look, and Copper is the first to speak. Oh, well, excuse us, I didn't notice you there.
No, excuse me. Where are my manners?
Oh,
What you all getting at?
Well, Miss Michonne was speaking to me about how I should and shouldn't use my room, and I was telling her that it's my room, and I should be able to use it however I wish, including, Akia, oh, you'd be interested in this. I've been doing some work on errand elementals and perhaps enlisting help from the lower planes, all sorts of things like that.
that is extremely interesting. I would love to hear more as soon as you finish your conversation.
Oh, well, and you see that Michonne has started to walk away, not wanting to hear any more and be distracted from her duties.
I have been thinking. You seem to have many dangerous interests. You also seem to have many interests that would benefit from travel. We are, in fact, heading to Dugan's Hold soon. That is also the area where the ice frogs, near where the ice frogs live. Yeah, messed up that sentence.
Ooh. So you're offering me a way to potentially come with you and see this all for myself?
I believe it is the best way to observe them. Also, I had been giving it much thought, and I believe some collaboration could be beneficial to both of us. I have many interesting projects that I wish to discuss with you, and I believe that there is much that I could learn from you as well.
He begins to stroke his beard. And what kind of damage, or not damage, danger could I expect becoming a member of your companions?
Extremely deadly.
Hmm. Now, would I be able to maintain all of my research?
I have no idea.
Hmm. Now, as Thane, you have special permissions and allowances in the towns, correct?
My understanding of Thane is that I am an errand boy for Goodmead. If there are privileges beyond that, I was unaware.
Well, perhaps as Thane, you can help me out with your privileges, no matter what they are. I think that I'll accept. And he begins to rub his hands together, like Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Or, excuse me, like the Brain, not Pinky. That would be ridiculous.
North.
What are we getting up to tonight? Kopanabadaka?
It actually fits because he would be your Pinky, and you would be the Brain.
All right. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So, Mr. Copper will go ahead and join the B team with Akia. And
All right.
I will have to create some B team abilities for him. He looks over to Michonne, who is busy with her clerical work, and he will look to her and he will say, I'm moving out. I've become a Thane of Bryn Shander. I'm joining Akia here. You'll never be seeing me again. I'm moving on to bigger and better things. And she looks to him with the look of utter shock, disgust, and thinking this day would never come.
I mean, better maybe. I don't know about bigger.
So she will let him go, and Copper will begin traveling with you all. As this scene is unfolding and Copper will go with you two, let us quickly flash to the other side of town, to the Northlook Inn. Where there are 3 travelers standing outside of it.
Lotus, wearing her shiny lipstick, polished nails, and smelling of lilac, will open the door and just say, "Remember what Diamante said? Your walkout music." And just in her head is this song Bones from Imagine Dragons is playing. And then she'll open the door.
Excellent. As you open it, there is lively cantina music playing here at the North Look. You don't immediately see your group's patron, nor do you see Master Watto.
Lotus will casually but confidently stride in.
As you walk in, you can hear voices coming from the inside of the more secluded room.
Ah, that was the room that we came. Are they familiar?
Oh yes, it is the voices of Danica Greysteel and Master Watto, the librarian.
Wanting to manners, Lotus will approach and then call out, just say like, "Hello, we've returned."
Oh! You see a look of relief upon both of their faces. You see the happy Chewingas are holding some sort of ceremony on the table. You would recognize that they are playing a tea party.
I trust they've been behaving themselves while we were gone.
Oh yes, they have been doing quite a lot of help with coming up with ideas and understanding more of the natural world, which I think will help us in ending this long winter. So tell us, have you been able to complete any of those missions or quests that I was able to procure for you all?
Not immediately. We had to take a bit of a detour in dealing with an urgent matter that was affecting 10 towns. But now that that's mostly been taken care of, we should be able to start moving on to those tasks as soon as possible.
Yes, and during our travels, we did have another thing joined up with us. And Lotus will motion for you, Avalis, to join them. It's like, come on.
Oh, hello.
Say like, this is the Thane of Dugan's Hole, Avalis,
And she looks to Alice and she says, "Oh, well, of course I recognize him. I've been trying to contact him for a long time, and I'm so happy that we can finally meet in person."
Oh, yes. And he awkwardly fishes out the crumpled letter and holds it out like he's presenting it. I received your missive.
I'm glad it found you well, and I'm glad that you found these heroes well. It is our goal to end the long night.
Yes, they have kept me alive, though I did get swallowed.
Oh, she looks at you in horror, and Master Watto looks on in horror as well. Oh, what happened to you all? What swallowed you?
We ran into a pack of juvenile remorazes on our way back here. It was a bit of a tough tussle, but we came out of it, well, a little bit worse for wear, but alive.
Well, I'm happy to see that you're alive, of course, and happier still that you have come to see me. Now tell me, what can I do for you all?
Well, Avalis wanted to see you as he had received your assist, but
And I
Some-
have actually, one of the things that we had gone to go see was a particular elven tomb that was strangely associated with some of the phases of the moon. I have some notes here if you want to take a look at them.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And Alicia
Perhaps.
will motion to this table.
She will follow. You know her. She's got moon on the mind.
Yeah, and Lotus will say, "Yes, Avalis, perhaps you should join them." Hmm?
Oh, yes, of course. You see, has a very puzzled look on his face. But...
Actually, this would be quite well because Avalis, you may have some information. The individual that was staying at this tomb was a druid of the winter, not an Eladrin, but of winter magic. Maybe your expertise could help in some of this.
I can try. Winter magic is usually very cold.
It is. It is.
Well, I'm very excited to hear more, Danica will say, as a member of the Moon Maidens. And this connection to the moon, it sounds like an expedition should be had. I will be needing to see this myself.
Well, I can at least catch you up on some of the things that we observed, and maybe that can give you a bit of a head start. At least we'll pull out their notebook and kind of put on the table with all the drawings and stuff like that, and start going over that information with the two of them.
Sure. Danica will look at the notebook and begin to plan out this expedition. Lotus, Watto is sitting there, almost carefree, watching the Chewinga play at their tea set here.
I'll move to sit next to him, and as I do, I'll just very gingerly lay a hand on top of one of his and say, "So, Master Watto, I wanted to tell you that I've been thinking a lot about you."
Oh, you see his face becomes red. I've been thinking a lot about you and everyone else too. I've been worried about your safety.
Oh, I've been worried about you as well. I'm sure without the library, I was worried that you would be, well, probably bored out of your mind, though I hope your work with Lady Greysteel and the Chewingas here has been able to keep you busy.
Yes, she's been keeping me hard at work. I've been taking lots of notes about these Chewingas and all of the games they play.
Yes. The thing is, because I've been worried about you, I was thinking maybe you could start. You could possibly come along with us next time.
The librarian looks to you and says, "Do you all would have me come with you?"
Yes, and I would especially because, well, Master Watto, when I say I've been thinking a lot about you, I mean, ever since I came here, you've been so friendly and welcoming to me. You've been so kind and generous, and, well, I would say that and she sits there in silence for a moment and grips his hand a little bit more firmly and looks right into his eyes and says, "Master Watto, I love you." She just lets
oh
it
my
hang there
gosh.
for a moment.
The Chewingas all stop what they're doing to look at you. Master Watto's jaw kind of hangs loose at this declaration, and he turns to you and he says, "Lotus, I didn't know that you felt this way about me, and now I have to admit, I've been harboring feelings myself for you.
Wow, it was Master Watto. And her cheeks start flushing a little bit, and she's like, "It's so good to hear that. I was so worried, and there's so much more I want to tell you, but not here. I do have a cottage here. Perhaps you would like to join me for..." And she looks over the Chewingas for some tea, and we could talk things over.
I will join you at your cottage, and if you will have me, I will join you as a member of your band of adventurers.
Yes. I think the others can take care of the Chewingas for now. And she quickly grabs Master Watto by his hands. I do have some tea, and I can put it on right now. And the others like, "I'm heading back to my cottage. You can all meet us there in the morning, okay?"
I hope she is careful of the claws.
Alicia will just look. Alicia will look up from their notebook and kind of catch your eyes and be like, "Well, make sure you get some rest. We'll have some quite a day tomorrow." And just gives you a wink, and then goes back to her notebook or the notebook.
Lotus will just nod, and with Master Watto in tow, they'll just quickly run out the door and towards her cottage.
As she's dragging Master Watto out, does like the tavern band start playing Pony or something?
Oh man, hold on. You all know a little trivia about your DM. Your DM actually used Pony by Genuine as his walkout song.
Yes, I do. You did mention that to me. Yes.
Of course, there's a bar.
Of course. So, I imagine that, Lotus will take him back to the cottage and, talk about everything, revealing her face, and if Master Watto accepts it, I guess we'll just fade to black.
Watch some Netflix.
No, Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill. Yep.
Especially
Oh
in
my
the chill
gosh.
part because it's fucking Icewind Dale.
So if you are all interested, that's the proof that I just submitted on the Discord there. He will accept, and it will fade to black as he not only accepts but cherishes and admonishes the real you with or without the mask.
I guess just one more thing real quick. Before they would start, Lotus would ask him, "Would you like the mask on or off?"
Master Watto would tell you, off.
He's like, "Well then, let's see if I can make you purr."
Oh no! Okay, yeah, we'll fade to black right there. So, for everyone's information, Master Watto's B team abilities. Active arcane knowledge. Once per long rest. Master Watto's time as a librarian has given him knowledge about magic and the arcane. Once per long rest, he can recall a piece of lore or valuable information about the party's current situation. So, essentially, if you guys are stuck on something and you need some help, just ask Master Watto. His passive ability, Scroll Scribe. Master Watto is skilled at crafting magical scrolls. You can craft spell scrolls 10% faster and 10% cheaper with him as your BT member.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm. So, for the two that were sitting in the Northlook Inn, as you see Master Watto is dragged out, what is your guys' reaction?
Oh, I typed it in. Lotus just says under their not Lotus. Alicia says under their breath, "Those crazy kids," and this continues on with explaining what they had recorded as the dog goes crazy on the table.
Oh my gosh, the dog is going nuts. This is actually a really good mix. So for the party members that were collecting Cooper, would you guys meet up at the Northlook Inn? Did you guys have plans for when and where to meet back up?
What the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
What?
There's just three of them just going crazy. I don't know if we specifically had said anything, probably other than, I don't know, meet at the inn in the morning to regroup. I don't know if that sounds good for everyone.
Sounds good for IKEA. I guess they would. Oh, my microphone was really far away. Yeah, that sounds good for IKEA. They would probably help Knobberknocker get everything set up and into a mobile situation, and then go to the inn to spend the night with everybody. Well, everybody in quotes.
Yes, I imagine as you probably would enter, you would notice that Lotus is very much missing.
So, what is Knobberknocker's response to Gaiman calling him Dick Puncher at first?
Dick Puncher? He's like, he would look to you and he would ask, "So you know of my first invention?"
No. You created a 3x3 grid of dancing doges. You created a machine that punches people in the dick?
He says, "Yes. It's something that I worked on for a very long time, just to get the right, well, how to say it, the right force, the right acclimate. It took a while, but I finally got it. The perfect dick puncher."
That's fucking insane.
Jesus Christ.
Why would you ever want to punch someone in the dick? No, I mean, obviously, sometimes people need to be punched in the dick. But why would you create a machine that would punch someone in the dick? That's just evil.
It had to be done. My past interactions with people who don't understand my work led me to create such a thing. I've never had to use it, but one day I might. And he's giving you hints on what his his active B team ability is.
I don't know if I want to be anywhere near you. If you get off of punching people in the dick, that's just dirty.
Oh,
I mean, your name sounds like it. I was just saying it's like half a joke, but you actually punch people in the dick.
well, I never punched anyone. My machine did.
Well, I mean, if you create a thing, and that thing then punches someone in the dick, you kind of punch someone in the dick.
I see what you mean. A transitive property of some type.
And transitionally, whose it's what?
Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll show you what it is.
No, do not. Listen, Dick Puncher, I believe you.
Are you sure? Maybe you could help me test it out.
No! Do not punch me in the dick.
He looks at you with a sly grin. Perhaps I won't have to then.
Listen, mate, I don't want any trouble, but if you punch me in the dick, I'm gonna rip yours off. That's fucking guaranteed.
Okay. Fair enough. You see him basically size you up and know that you're telling the truth. He won't use the dick puncher on you.
The pelvic pounder, sack smacker, ball buster.
The
That's
cock
what
knocker.
Yeah. Groin grinder. Oof.
Well, now I have to create it.
David will still call him Dick Puncher, but like not in a joking way, but like in a serious and kind of like a, I don't know, respectful and scared way moving forward.
What in the world is going on?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but it's kind of mesmerizing.
The Shibas, I need to, before they destroy the world. There we go. So, party, your DM has been mesmerized by this talk of the dick puncher. What is your plans?
You're welcome.
Alicia would ask Danica. Oh gosh, I almost kind of lost my train of thought. Oh no, not ask. And I guess if the Shiva party outside is catching everyone else's attention, we'll kind of like lean over and whisper to Danica. I think we did actually find something, on the Eternal Winter. Have you heard of some sort of landmark that looks like a skull made of ice?
Her face almost twists. She says, I've heard of such a place. It's located on an island. I'm not sure where, but I've heard that there's a fortress that matches that description, known as Grimscal. Home to frost giants.
Wait, frost giants actually live there, or that's just not the rumor?
That's just what I've heard about it. The description, I don't think could be anywhere else. I would have to do research into where to find it, but...
Well,
I'll be up for fighting frost giants. That'd be interesting.
when we were at that tomb, we found a magical mirror of sorts. And, well, it sounds more fairy tale like, mirror on the wall and all that stuff, but it seemed to have answered a number of our questions that we proposed to it. One of which was, how will we be able to end the eternal winter? And it showed that location.
Well, it sounds like a place that you will need to go. And I fear that it is a place that some might not come back from.
Well, that was going to make my next question a little bit more difficult. Seeing as you are quite talented in understanding some of these places, if you would be willing to accompany us, we could use your expertise when we're on the field.
She looks to you and kind of holds her hand in her face, her hands to her face, and she says, I will come with you, but I will need to bring the Chewingas with us, for they are the most important part of my research.
That makes sense.
And will you be my traveling companion, Alicia?
If you'll have me, I'd be delighted.
Think of us,
Oh,
the sun and moon working together.
my thoughts exactly. Seeing if there's some way that we can't solve this whole issue. Maybe one of our respective deities could assist us in this matter. Or maybe the two of us together can figure out something.
Exactly. And with the knowledge that you've gained and our contacts, we will learn more about why Grimscal was shown in that mirror. And I can put that name into chat.
Cool. We do have a few other errands around 10 towns that we do have to complete in order to kind of gain some funds for expeditions and whatnot. So hopefully you're okay with that for a little while.
Of course, it will provide us more opportunities to help the citizens survive the long night and for us to find any clues and maybe motivations behind why the Frostmaiden has conducted this awful spell.
Sounds good to me.
And I will create a BT ability for Danica Greysteel, Moon Maiden.
Avalos, what about you? Do you have any thoughts on this matter?
It sounds very dangerous to go. Assuming you're asking about the skull.
Grimscal, yeah. I mean that, and I guess anything else in general.
He just seems very, very uncomfortable in the city, like like a scared deer.
That's fair. A little like overwhelming.
Yeah, very much.
I did have a question. Since you've been here for a few more days, have you heard anything else from the Church of Auril? Any of their activities as of late?
Now that you mention it, there have been, well, thankfully, no new murders by the Ice Knife Killer, which is good. There have been no strange disappearances, at least that I have kept track of here in Bryn Shander. But the church has remained quiet.
Oh, I will kind of just lean in. If you can just keep this to yourself, we were the ones who dealt with the Ice Knife Killer.
And you survived.
Surprisingly, yes. But that's all I'll say for now until we leave town.
Well, hopefully we keep it that way, where the Church of Auril is just quiet, conducting their business without having to maim or freeze anyone.
Well, the next night of sacrifices isn't until, what, a couple of weeks?
That is correct.
Maybe they're biding their time until something.
You could be right. But hopefully that something is a winter ending. She looks, hopefully.
Depends on how long it takes. But for now, it seems like we need to go to this Grim Skull.
Well,
Or we need to go to this place called California.
mm-hmm.
I heard they're super cool with the homeless. I mean, that's technically us. I mean, we've got like places where we're thanes, but like we don't live anywhere.
Well, at this point, well, I guess, except for Lotus, honestly. And I guess I do, well, no, I can't exactly say that the shrine back in Targos is my residence, but it kind of is.
I suppose when we eventually make it to Dugan's Hole, you can all stay at my shack, but I don't know if we would all fit.
I was about to say, there's a lot of us.
It is a small room.
Right, you said it was a shack.
Yes.
Well, I'd be interested. I've never been to Dugan's Hole, so it'd be an interesting experience.
There is only one thing to really see in Dugan's Hole. That's all he says.
Well, that'll
And,
be as a surprise.
We can look into those winter wolves that seem to be threatening the safety of Dugan's Hole while we're there. She looks at you guys with hope in her heart.
That was one of the other tasks that we do have to do around here. It seems like there's quite a number of people who need some things taken care of, so we'll be a little bit busy while we're collecting information going forward.
Well, I'm ready for it.
Well, I guess get your things ready when you're able to. I'll be back in the morning. I'm gonna go to the house of the Morning Lord. That's usually where I stay when I'm in town. Also, I wanted to talk with Mishan about something.
We'll get my things ready, and I will be ready to leave with you all in the morning.
I'll kind of give both of them a bow. And we'll... Oh yeah, I guess a key and gamer there too, yeah. We'll give all of them a bow, and then we'll head off to the church.
Okay, so Lotus is currently shacked up with Master Watto. Avalis,
Yeah,
would
so
you and go ahead?
I imagine Danig is probably the first elf he's seen, which is, I guess, the closest to an Eladrin.
Yes, she is a half elf.
Half elf. Okay, so half the even better, which is still the closest he's seen to another Eladrin.
Well, I guess technically Raylan has been around us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Is Raylan an elf or a half elf?
They are a full elf.
Full elf. Okay, well then he's less like just staring at Danica then. So never mind.
I'm still working on, I don't know, maybe it's just this scene that's borked for you.
I can see now.
Oh, there we go. I was like, I hope it's working.
Yeah, you
Okay.
fixed it. Thank you.
Okay, so you, Avalis, and Alicia, you're heading to meet the other two and collect Knobberknocker. I can tell you all what Knobberknocker's abilities are now. His active ability, the Dick Puncher, once per long rest. As an action, you can activate his invention, the Dick Puncher, a mechanical device that launches a fast-moving projectile at a target within 30 feet. Roll a ranged attack. The attack hits. The target takes 4d8 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone.
Oh, that's terrible.
His passive ability, Master Tinkerer, who has an innate talent for crafting and repairing mechanical devices. Gain a +1 bonus to Tinker's Tools checks when Knobberknocker is your BT member. Okay, so I feel like let's just go back to the start screen here so we can plan for the following day of your guys' adventure here, because this has become an interesting session mixed with all sorts of things.
So the reason Alicia was going to the church was to meet with Michonne and to essentially try and, I guess, pick her brains on any type of restorative magics that could remove ailments or addictions. And we'll kind of like show her the pouch of hag crystal that they were able to get at Torga's and be like, I've attempted some of my own studies into this substance. It seems to have quite a bit of a effect on people, but even when I casted lesser restoration on one of my allies who fortunately had ingested some of this, it did not seem to work. So I'm at a loss of what to do here.
Okay, perfect. So this is going to be an interesting conversation with her when you have that conversation. So it seems like the rest of the party is heading to the church for that conversation. Would you have that in front of Gaiman, or would you hope that Gaiman is going to be essentially maybe distracted when you ask them that?
Oh, well, I don't know if Aki and Gaiman are still at the church. Alicia usually goes to the church in Bryn Shander whenever she's in town and stays there as her place of residence for the long rest. I don't know about the other two, if they would go back to the inn or if they would stay at the church. But to answer your question, most likely waiting until they left.
Okay. Perfect. So that is going to be a long and detailed answer from her about exactly what you will need to do to break his curse. But she is one of the two people that you could have asked about that. So I'm glad that you are asking her. So that will be our first scene when we reconvene next week. And then we will start the day off. So party. So your DM can just have a glimpse into your mindsets. You would long rest, and then is your goal to help the sheriff go and arrest Torga.
That seems to be the case, I guess, unless things have changed.
I mean, that's still my mindset.
It's really all Avalis is going on. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So then that is where we will start next session. We will have conversation between Alicia and Michonne. And then we will have a long rest. And then I want to hear your guys' grand like heist level planning on how you're going to capture Torga in Dugan's Hole, because she's going to be there. You guys are taking your B team members to Dugan's Hole with you, and it's going to be a grand old time.
So we get
Yeah.
this big ass hempen sack.
And we put her in the sack.
Yep. Case
Step
closed.
1. Find a big ass sack.
So you all know that there is one other person here in Bryn Shander you could potentially recruit as a B team member. Their identity will remain a secret unless you can find them.
I have an idea, but I don't think Alicia would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm already thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, excellent. Well, everyone, if you have any critiques, ways that we can make the session run better, please let me know. Otherwise, I will be active in the Discord. You guys can hit me up for any information you need. Cool. I hope you guys all had a good time, and I'm gonna head to bed. I hope that you guys have a good weekend, and I hope you wore your green. Otherwise, you'll be getting a pinch.
I don't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but it was the NCAA tournament, and my team is green. One of their colors is green, so I was wearing green.
Oh, you want to hear some shit? So, I'm sure there's a lot of bandwagon fans out there, but I've been a Purdue basketball fan for a long time. I went to Purdue. My wife went to Purdue, and I got the alert. They lost as a number 1 seed a couple like an hour ago to a 16 seed.
Oh,
The second time in history.
Cinderella story.
To a team that I didn't even know existed. I'm not even sure they actually do exist.
That's rough, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Purdue had the National Player of the Year in Zach Edey.
Oh, Fair Dickinson. Okay. They've been in the tournament a couple of times, but yeah, usually not relatively high when it comes to overall rankings within the tournament.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
rough,
yeah.
buddy. That's rough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna go lament on that, and that my bracket has been busted. I know that this is probably not a high amount of crossover between this hobby and that one. Whew. All right. Well, now that I'm going to go cry myself to sleep, I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will see you guys next week for our next session of Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Thanks for running.
My pleasure, everyone.
Night.
All right, good game.
Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Yep.
Night.
And catch you guys next time.
Yep.
What have I wrought?